It's wonky, I tell you. Okay, so I see a whole bunch of friends out there. Hello, everybody. Hello, Gail. Hello, Mila. Hello, EJ. Chance of luck 0. I see William. Welcome, William. Hope we can keep you awake for at least an hour or so. That'd be great. Thanks for joining, everybody. Okay. So we're going to do some stuff. Let me get this. Incredible how noisy an empty cave can be in Skyrim, isn't it? Welcome, everybody, to my first official Patreon live stream. I appreciate your attendance today. This is kind of a work in progress, so trying to just make sure I can get all this freaking technology working right. Okay, so what are we going to do? Dun, dun, dun. We are going to do some Mortal Blade. Of course, you knew that already. But I'm going to try to make this a regular occurrence. Now that I have gone full bore into production of Aranis Arcana Part 2, the continuation, that whole thing just takes, to be honest, it takes a crap ton of work. So it's nice to just get together with y'all here for a live stream now and again and just unwind. And what better character could there be to play for just unwinding than the big ol' hack and slash Sagamore of Longmarsh, the Mortal Blade in the making, right? So, but, oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. I feel like I need to come up with some kind of jingle. Something memorable. All right, let me get my shit together here. So, if you've been paying attention to the Mortal Blade, the new series, this is exactly the spot where we left off. I think where we left off with Sag was that he kind of stumbled into this cave and dispatched everybody that was in here. By this point in our continuing tale, he had acquired all the pieces of armor to complete the Ursine set. And so here we are. Now, in anticipation of continuing Sagamore's adventures, I took care of a few things here. Full disclosure, once again, as I've had to do so often, I had to rebuild this character again from scratch when I lost a hard drive a while back. So, in addition to rebuilding Fleet from scratch, I was also at the same time rebuilding Sagamore from scratch, but I think I got things covered, made some improvements, and some interesting discoveries at the same time. One of the things that I discovered is that there are some particularly weird little anomalies with the armor that I have chosen. Now, if we zoom in, this is the closest I can zoom in to these textures. See there's these little black speckles all over the texture. These are flaws in the texture. I don't know if it's due to conversion or what, but they are literally everywhere. And I didn't really notice them until I had an opportunity to try to do some close-up screenshots when I was getting ready to kind of promote the series. And while it's not a showstopper, it is super annoying to me. And Cal and I worked on it a little bit together. I pointed this out to him. He did some testing and observed that he didn't realize it either, but he's having the same problem in his game with the characters that wear this armor. There is some kind of flaw in the textures. And some people would not be bothered by that, but you all know. You know me. You know I'm a diva. So it's bugging me. So what I did is I came up with a solution, but my solution is not to simply just swap out armor because that's cheesy. We're going to work through this armor, but I've got a plan going forward, which you've probably seen from the screenshots. I'm going to go back to an old favorite, but I retextured it. I took some time. I really took some time with the texture on that armor. and really did it up right. I'm super proud of how it turned out. And what we're going to do is work a transition to that armor into our story. But for now, we got some work to do. So let's get out of here. Now, just a quick reminder, we are playing at expert level. Yeah, expert level. Now, a couple of things to point out. As we were kind of going through this before, it was really, there was a lot of role play discussion we were having along the way. Pretty typical CouchWarrior playthrough, I think. So, a couple of different things, right? We made it quite a ways through the Civil War questline. We are now at the final stage. We've got one hold left to capture, and that is all that is standing between us and the final assault on Solitude. So Sagamore is kind of working up to that. In addition to that, you'll remember we had a very strange series of events which culminated in Sagamore getting thrown in the clink. And what we have discovered is that the reason he was thrown in the clink is in the heat of battle, during the battle for Whiterun, he mistakenly injured baby Battleborn. Oh, hey, look at that. Now, it wasn't intentional, but the Battleborn kid was milling around near the front gate during the battle and got caught up in the melee. And, of course, who hit him but the Mortal Blade? So, or the man who is thinking about possibly becoming a Mortal Blade someday. Maybe he doesn't know it yet. I gotta walk against the current here. So, oh, I'm out of lockpicks. That's right. Where is our smasher? I've got... Let's see if this works. I had to reconfigure this, too. No. Smash, smash, smash. Huh. Not working. I kind of had a feeling that might be an issue. Not everything is tested yet, but I'm going to have to figure that out. Do I just got to keep whacking it? I'm pretty sure that I installed the version of this mod that's the less wacky one. No, it's not working. That's a novice. That's a novice lock. That should be busted open by now. So we're going to let it go. It's a tiny chest. Whoa. There's a dot. Oh, nicely done, Sagamore. Okay. Doesn't sound like I'm hitting the lock. You guys are all on dope. Okay. Lock. Somebody want me to shield block it? Oh, you're shitting me. How does shield blocking it work? What? Wow, okay. Well, what did I get this fancy chopper for? Huh. Shield block. Somebody explain that. How does that make sense? Well, anyway. So, I was talking about baby Battleborn. So, there is a fantastical roleplay opportunity here, right? This idea that he injured a kid in battle. How does that affect his psyche? But also, how does that affect his reputation across Skyrim, right? For those of you who haven't read them, there is a series of books by Joe Abercrombie called The First Law. You've heard me go off on these books before because I love them. There is a character in one of those books named Logan Ninefingers, and Logan has a problem. Logan's problem is that he gets consumed by battle lust, and when he gets consumed by battle lust, he will literally attack his own people if they come too close. Like, he is that dangerous when he's consumed by battle lust. And I thought, that would sort of be a cool characteristic to add to this guy, right? I mean, look at him. Holy hell. He looks like a menace. And he looks like the sort of guy that if the battle got too intense, or if he got into a situation where he was really, really under threat, like this aspect of his personality could come out where he loses himself in the bloodlust, right? And he goes a little bit bananas, and or a lot bit bananas in this case, gets somebody hurt, and then that gives him kind of it gives him a reputation as a bloody kind of individual. And this is a reputation that brings him shame, but it is a reputation that he also has to try and overcome, because ultimately Sagamore is a guy who's in the world to try and do good. He's in the world to try and do good. And if we want to create good characters, right, we talk about this all the time, we create complicated characters, conflicted characters. Now we've got a situation where he's got this situation, this sort of alter ego that he's got to deal with, a side of his personality he knows he can't control, and has given him a bit of a bad reputation. So I like that. And as a way to denote this, oh God, see, look at how mad he is right now. So mad. He went into that cave. He killed a whole bunch of bandits. He's had some time to think about his situation, and he made himself some red paint, and he blotted out. He blotted out the family symbol on his shield in red. It's kind of the scarlet letter, right? It's him shaming himself in a way. And he put a mark of blood on his forehead, which is his way of warning people, stay away, right? Because what we know about this guy is he is kind of a solitary creature. He fights for the Stormcloaks, but he's got his own agenda. So I like that. I like that a lot. I love this character. I can't even just explain it. All right, so we got some goons over here to deal with. And the helm is something special. I think the helm is the kind of thing that he's going to wear that into battle if it's a battle of significance. So not now. So we're going to go with this business right here. Okay. Let's go mix it up with these guys now. We're not invincible, that's for sure, so I got to be super careful here. We're going to try and play it smart, but just in case we get killed, I'm going to quick save here. Alright. Now, watch out for these. Ice, for some reason, cannot get through this area without hitting a bear trap. It is the worst.
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Yes, I did. And so did you.
I'll kill you if you have to.
Oh, there's the trap. Didn't do any damage, though. Just a glancing blow from the trap. Okay, so... Oh, that wasn't glancing. I better take a look and see what I've got set up here. All right. We've got our shouts here. We've got Ice Form. Incidentally, Ice Form is what I've got queued up right now. And I think I'm going to leave that. Because if they've got a mage in there, I'm going to want that. Okay, let's get across this gap. Cover from the archers.
Never should have come here.
Uh-huh.
Back here.
Pretty quick. No mercy. This is battle, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
You won't get the best.
Yeah, I think I just got the best of you. However, now I have a mage on my 6, and I have used my shout. I need to buy some time. I need to buy some time. These archers are pecking away at me. It's getting a little dicey now. All right. We're going to play it safe here for a second. All right, what do we got? Looks like we got 4 more to deal with, and I would be surprised if our bandit chief is among them. I feel like we've got a good opening on this side. Let's... I want a nice open shot at that mage. I don't want to miss my ice form shout on that mage. Where did he go? The archers. Okay. Here comes the mage. Let's draw them out. Oh, they're cagey. Oh yeah, here we go. Take the bait. I hope they don't send a warrior in first. Ooh. Yeah, that hurts. Now I'll pay. All right. Here we go. Just go for it. Gotcha. Oh, crap. Got the mage, but now I got the bandit chief. Okay, let's retreat. Retreat. All right. I was kind of surprised he came out. I figured he might stick it out a little longer in his little shack there. Once I get into a fight with him, it's going to be like a block fest. So I'm going to need all the stamina I can get. Okay, here we go. This is better for me. Ooh. Come. Oh, I hate those war picks. Shield up. Ah, there we go. Goodbye, Chief. All right. We'll loot that guy later. First, we got to deal with these archers. All right, let's have a look. Boy, Ice Form is kind of a good one. A good multi-purpose tool. Ah, nuts. That is a true statement. I am going to be very much easier to rob when I am dead, and you are easier to kill when you are a popsicle. Oh, wow, there's another one. Woo! Done. There have been many times, even with high-level characters, when I've come at Robber's Gorge and I've been a little bit too arrogant about it and just gotten my ass kicked over and over. So, better to play it safe, I'm thinking. That, while not very elegant, got the job done. Welcome, everybody. I see new people. Hawkeye, good to see you. Thanks, everybody, for attending. And thank you all for being Patreons of CouchWarrior TV. I'm very blessed to have the support of so many people. It's really wonderful, and I appreciate it so very much. That is why we're doing this. So, just little something here to look forward to. We are going to be doing a live stream every Tuesday until I say otherwise. I'm trying to get them entered at least the ones coming up into the schedule at charactercrusade.com, so you can check that out. There's a few of them in there. But the next one we do is going to be next Tuesday. Now the ones that I put in were gaming live streams, and so next week we are going to be doing more of a tutorial style live stream, and we're going to be covering a topic that I haven't determined yet, but it's going to be something related to. Oh, great! I don't have that one. It's going to be a topic related to new media storytelling, telling your own stories. So it could be something like console commands. It could be video production. I talked to EJ about the idea of doing some kind of series of tutorials on how we use OBS to do streaming. All that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure what the topic is going to be yet, but it's going to be kind of a tutorial style thing. Give me that key. So that should be pretty cool. And I'm going to try this week to see if I can come up with a good list of things that we can cover. Okay? And I'll put that out there as well. I think all the stuff I've got out there so far is just gaming things, because I got a pretty good idea what that content is going to be. So I got to get out there and put those in, and I'll try to put a topic for each one so you can kind of look ahead and see what the topics are going to be ahead of time. All right? So that's the plan. All right. That's all I'm doing for now. Okay. So the tutorials that I'm going to be doing are going to be tutorials of all kinds. They will help you whether you're a video creator or not. So the ones on console commands, for example, that is a useful tool, even if you're not making videos. If you want to have a new Skyrim experience, and let's say that you want to bring in a character of a particular type. A tutorial on, console commands related to advancing your character levels and dealing with inventory and finding items in your game that are in ESP files that you can't find in the environment. There's all kinds of interesting little things that we can learn about there that'll help you in those cases. And I think there'll be some other things as well. But we're going to touch on audio production, video production, and voice acting, and we're gonna cover some really fun stuff, I think. It'll also give you a little bit of insight into how I make the stories and all that stuff. So if you are curious, that's cool. Or if you're interested in making your own and are looking for some tips or something on how to do some of those technical things, that's cool. If you have ideas for topics that you'd like me to put on the list that have to do with some of the things that I mentioned, feel free to send messages on Patreon or Discord and kind of let me know what some of those topic ideas might be, and we'll get them on the list, get them all sorted out, and figure out what is the most logical order to cover them in. So feel free to do that. Okay, so we have to go to the Stormcloak camp here, which is surprisingly close to Solitude. All right. Now that we actually managed to get through Robber's Gorge safely, I'm going to quick save here, just so we don't have to replay that battle if for whatever reason I take a dirt nap now. Be kind of sucky to have to keep replaying the same content all night. As much as I love Skyrim. So Sagamore's base game is set up in a similar fashion to how Fleet's is. Not nearly as many mods, because we're not far enough into the story that we would have that many extra mods here, but there are a lot of things that Fleet has that Sagamore simply doesn't need. But one of the things that I like to do, and we talk about this stuff all the time, right, is kind of creating these milestones in your story, you know, milestones where a character changes in some significant way, and you sort of mark that occasion by giving them a facelift or reinventing them in some interesting way. So here, hang on, bear with me a second. I got to get over to my chat window. I am not seeing all of the chat messages for whatever reason. I don't know why. All right. Maybe I've got that fixed. I don't know. Okay. Okay, very good. I think we're... That's annoying. Sometimes the chat window does not scroll down, so I stop seeing the most recent ones. I think one of the other things I'd like to do, too, at some point is find an interesting way to interact with more of you by voice. And that might be something that we do associated with those of you who are contributing on Patreon so that you can watch those tutorial episodes. The tutorial episodes are at $5 or more contribution on Patreon. Maybe with a smaller group like that, we could do some voice chat stuff on Discord for people who are interested in actually talking. I'd be open to that if we can find a good way to do it. My streaming setup does not always make that easy to do. All right, here we go. Menace on the road. Thank you for the assist. Disgusting. Okay, Stormcloak camp is pretty close by here.
I'm on a pilgrimage to the shrine of Azura, the goddess of twilight, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, you're going the wrong way. All right. We got here just in time. It's getting dark. All right, so I suppose we're probably going to get some kind of mission here in Hrothgar that we're going to have to complete before the final assault. So let's sort out what that is first, and then we will get some shut-eye. Okay. Yes.
Legion soldiers gleam like fresh fallen snow and clank like a kitchen.
Right.
They head this way, we'll know it.
Kalmar. Ooh, there he is. Sir.
My hatred for the Empire is exceeded only by my hatred for their witch-elf puppet masters.
Ah. I'm reporting
Going
in.
to the fort. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. Then join them in wiping out the Imperials. Once you prevail, we will garrison the fort. What do you say? Can you do this?
That fort is as good as
Good.
ours.
You've got real fire in you.
I know.
like that. Talos guide you.
Yes. We have fire within us. Let's have a look. Where is Le Fort? Le Fort. Journal. Okay. Join the men attacking Fort Rah. Okay. I believe... Oh, okay. I know that one. Ah, all right. Well, let's not do that yet. Let's find a place to sack out here. How about right there? Okay, 8 p.m. Good solid 8 hours of sleep. That'll have us up before sunrise and on our way to the battlefield.
So, what's your story?
I don't
well,
want some snotty
oh,
elf
not
telling
talking
me
to
what
me.
gods I can and can't worship.
Next Imperial I see is dead. Keep your eyes open.
Ugh,
You must be all right. if
everyone's
you've
so
got
bossy
time to
around here.
complain.
Okay, so let's get a little something to eat. Potato soup. That's gotta be good.
I bet we have rabbits.
Okay, we got a ways to go here, so let's get at it.
Go tell the commander. Joor Tuz and your arms to take
Anyway, we were talking earlier about this whole bloodlust concept. I sort of, I had mentioned that series of books. This character, Logan Ninefingers, is just a terrific character, and he's in the trilogy, but he's in some other standalone books as well. You get to sort of get a glimpse of what Logan is like when he gets older. And, you know, this is grimdark fantasy. It's pretty gritty stuff, and there's a lot of nods to kind of the Northmen in it. I mean, Logan is part of this sort of, you know, tribal Norse type characters who all have, not all, but the best fighters, of course, have colorful names and things like that. And they refer to him as the Bloody Nine, and he is notorious. He's legendary for having this crazy bloodlust that makes him a menace to everyone, and he is feared all over the place. He's feared and reviled. I sort of think of that as an interesting direction to take this version of the Mortal Blade. I've played through the Mortal Blade at least a couple of different times. Once just playing, another time as a test run to prove out the character concept, and then now starting from scratch. Each time is a little bit different, and each time I change it up based on what happens in the story. And I really do think that the events of the Battle of Whiterun are pretty significant. I mean, he's a guy who's here to try and make Skyrim a better place. So to think that he injured a child while consumed by this unquenchable desire to destroy his enemies, I think for him would be something somewhat unforgivable. And I think for a lot of citizens of Skyrim it would be unforgivable as well. You hear that, don't you? That would be interesting. Throw a dragon in the middle of this battle. Oh, dear God. All right. This is a wee bit dicey because we don't have a lot of protection from fire yet. Okay. We got a sneaky shot in there. We can't take a direct hit from that fire. That is not on the agenda. Okay, he's gonna come at us. Get to cover. All right, we better potion it up here. That hurts. Hurts a little bit. And we're burning valuable healing potions prior to going into a big battle at this fort, which I hate. Resist fire. This is going to last for 60 seconds, so we're not going to take this until the very last second, if we can help it. Where are you going, big boy? Hold it. Hold it. Oh, this is interesting. Those Imperials going to help? We got a common enemy? Oh, they are shooting at him, too. Ooh, look at that. He went down inside. Let's start this battle now. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let's throw a dragon into our battle with the Imperials. Okay, what do I got for stamina? Charging power attack? Gotcha. Oh, okay now. Let's get into the battle proper. Oh my gosh. Dial up the epicness.
It's nothing.
Holy cow. Okay, we got limited potions here. Shit. Come on, Sag. Do it. There we go. Nice. Let me step in here. Oh, somebody get on that wall. Come on. Oh, wow. Taking some shots. Oh, man. He's brutal. He's brutal. Oh, nicely done. Okay, maybe I can understand why shield bashing a chest opened it up. We do a lot of damage with that shield, I think. Pox on the Empire. Unrelenting force. Gotta conserve that stamina. You coming at me? Oh, what a view! Look at that view! Sun glinting off our bloody shield. Ooh, what happened there? Delayed beheading. Delayed beheading. That's a patented Mortal Blade maneuver. Not really. Ooh, what? Oh, you're in for it now. Oh, we're mopping the floor with them. Where'd you come from?
Not like this.
Not like this. Yes, like this. Come, soldiers. Where are they? Over there? Oh. Look it. Somebody's got some mojo going. They're on my side, right? You guys got this? I mean, it's a big crowd. Let's see what we can do on the inside. Come out, Imperial. Let's play. That's my favorite death sound. Come. The battle is joined. No hiding. There is no hiding. They are gone. No prisoners. Come, cowards. Stormblade is here. Where are they? We haven't taken the place, have we? No? Sneak attack. Where are you? Oh, you crafty bastard. Oh, yeah. What? What's that you say? I can't get enough of this character. I don't know what it is. Just... It is done. Finish it. Huh. You assholes better run.
For the sons of Skyrim.
Looks like they're committing some kind of honor suicide kind of thing. Oh. My men got the job done. Oh my god. Some serious pincushion stuff going on there. It is done. All right. Now we have to secure the inside of the fortress here. Let's make sure we've truly got it, that there's no stowaways in there. That seems like a job for the commander, right? Yes, EJ, Sagamore is brutal. That's what I love about him. He's all business. All business all the time. Okay. Well, cleared out. Huh. Cooked goat sounds delicious. Ooh, I didn't have that one yet. Let's take that. All right. Well, we recovered a map. That's a good thing. A bunch of food. That also is a good thing. Potions. That makes up for the ones we lost. And we got a dragon soul in the bargain. And that just enhanced the epicness of the battle. Having a dragon drop in from the blue right at the beginning. That was pretty cool. What a cool way to start it. And you know what? These are the kind of moments I like to think about him for a second, right? Like, Sagamore rushes through the gate, right? He's the first one through the gate, big red shield, horned helm, and he's surrounded by this nimbus of power flowing off of a dragon as he does it, right? That shit, that is the stuff of legend. I love that stuff. And so as I'm playing the character going forward, I think back on things like that, and I think, wow, yeah, he really is pretty epic. And there had to be some of his men who saw that happening who would go around telling the story, right? Which I like. That's where your imagination can go, right? And you can say, wow, this character is a hero. He's supposed to be a hero, right? Or an anti-hero, depending on how you're playing. Either way, he's supposed to be epic. And I think it's little moments like that if you pause and think about them for a second and put them into some context can really make you feel awesome. That's what I like about it. So this would be one of those instances where if I were making this into a story in the style that I did for, say, Etienne or Fleet, I would latch on to that moment and I would give it significance in the story in some way by using it later, right? But there's no reason that as we're playing through a game like this, we can't do that in our heads as we go, right? That's where the, I think, really interesting points of the story is the story that's going on in your brain as the one is unfolding on the screen, which I think is pretty stinking awesome. So at this point, it's pretty much, Sagamore leaving his men to take the fort. They're going to garrison the fort. He's got to report back. We do have to report back, right? Well, that just kind of vanishes. So I'm assuming we gotta go back to Gulmar and just tell him that we got the job done. That would make sense, I guess. So I have some kind of cool news to report. I have Imperials. Hang on. Look at that. They're trying to escape the fort. We all know that's not what's really happening, but...
Hey, watch
Oh, I missed. Yes. I'm provoking you. Can you not see that? Fight. Come.
I've had enough of you!
Who's next? Broken nose. Now, these guys were actually just a random patrol of Imperials wandering around. They weren't associated with a battle, but their timing was good. Makes it feel like we're taking out some stragglers, right? Now we got a bounty. Perfect. You know, for a guy who purports to be a good guy, he sure racks up the bounties in a hurry. But that's okay. SAG has many bounties. Many bounties. I think that we've got, several thousand in outstanding bounties right now. So, is what it is. It is what it is. What I like about it is it's going to create conflict down the line. But what I like about that conflict is that I don't know when it's going to happen, but when it does, it helps to reinforce this story that he's a guy who is a hero to some and he's reviled by others and seen as the kind of guy who would stoop to injuring a child. That's the shame that he bears, right? So when we get into those battles, we can kind of chalk those up as battles that are caused by that conflict that goes on with him. So I don't mind bounties at all. I think they're actually kind of cool in that way because they set up some unexpected situations, which I just love.
You must be all right if you've got time to complain.
Stop complaining. All right.
Next Imperial I see is dead.
Soldier. Is that hammer even practical? Good God.
Keep your eyes open.
I'll fight the entire Legion myself if they dare show their faces here.
Hey.
Taking the city. Meet the brothers gathering for the attack. Fight well or die well.
Holy shit.
Talos be with you.
This is the final battle? Holy crap. Oh, I gotta go all the way back to Windhelm to get my orders? Aw, nuts. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's quick save here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a very short break, 5 minutes or less. Okay. I shall return shortly. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Back. All right. I apologize for that interruption. But I'm getting old. No guarantee it won't happen again in 5 minutes. Okay. Let's get organized here. So, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Where are we at? Money-wise. Ooh. More than 7,000 gold. Well, you guys know how I detest the fast travel, but one of the rules that we established is that if we're retracing ground, that we will do that. I'm thinking maybe we fast travel to Windhelm, we get our orders, and there we finally buy ourselves a horse, which we probably should have done a while ago, but this is maybe a good time to do that, and then ride the horse back. Okay? What about that? All right. So let's do that. Windhelm. All right. Before we do anything, we're going to stop in.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner.
And we are going to
soldiers in the Stormcloak army.
visit Talos. Pay our respects to Talos. There he is. Behold the majesty of the Shrine of Talos. Again, as we've discussed before, we're doing this first because his first allegiance is to Talos. And he has basically lost most of any respect he had left for Ulfric. But technically, Ulfric is still his commanding officer, and there's still a job to do that he agrees with. He agrees that Solitude needs to be taken. The Imperials need to be taken to task, but he certainly doesn't support some of the other things that Ulfric has been doing. So Ulfric is a man who he obeys
These vampires are becoming a real menace.
out of this lingering respect for the hierarchy of Stormcloak ranks, such as they are. Certainly not as rigid rank system as the Imperials would have, but
no matter what the Empire says.
ranks nonetheless. But it's not out of any respect for the man individually. So let's do that. Better? Better. Yeah.
Soon enough, we will march on Solitude. And on that day, the heroes of Sovngarde will march with us, and the Empire will fall to its knees in fear.
All right. Why did you kill the High King?
I killed Toruk to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King supposed to be a defender of Skyrim if he can't even defend himself?
Some call you a murderer.
I challenged him in the traditional way, and he accepted. There were many witnesses. No murder was committed. True, he didn't stand a chance against me, but that was precisely the point. He was a puppet king of the Empire, not a high king of Skyrim. His father before him, perhaps, but not Torrik. He was too privileged and too foolish. More interested in entertaining his queen than ruling his country.
You desire to be the High King?
There hasn't been a true High King in Skyrim for generations. For too long, he's been hand-picked by the Emperor, and given emphatic nods by milk-drinking Jarls addicted to Imperial coin. It's time we had a real High King, one of our own making.
Okay. What do you know about shouts?
I know more than most. I trained with the Greybeards at High Hrothgar when I was a boy. The Way of the Voice is an ancient, spiritual form of magic in which you project your vital essence into a Thu'um, or shout. Most people would need to train for years before they could even attempt a single shout. The Dragonborn is different. You have an inborn ability to shout, the same way dragons are said to.
Okay.
Take care.
Yeah, what the F? Battle for Solitude. Get your orders from Ulfric Stormcloak. Right? Right.
We've driven the Imperials
All right,
out
am I
of
supposed to
Whiterun.
just ask
This is
him?
Good. Very good.
Is there anything else you need?
I'd like to offer you a place in my court, as a thane. It's mainly an honorary title, but there are a few perks. Now, by law and tradition, I can only grant this title to one who is known throughout Eastmarch, and who owns property in Wenhelm. If you do good works for the people and purchase a home from my steward, I'll name you my thane.
I won't be able to do that right now.
Very well.
Okay. What? How goes the war? Am I supposed to ask him something here?
From the Empire.
Where's the marker leading me?
It's the heart and soul of Skyrim, not to mention its rather strategic position.
Oh, horseshit. Okay, Battle for Solitude. Get your orders from Ulfric Stormcloak.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? Huh. Let's have a look. That would be ludicrous, I think. But I suppose, yeah, we're supposed to just magically know that he is all the way over here, I guess. Huh. Well, it's been a while since I did this quest, so I guess, whatever. Yeah, certainly would have been easier to stroll up the road, would it not? But here we are. And he's here. So, hey, you want a carpool? Shit. Let's go.
Staying up.
No, I'm not staying out of trouble, you idiot. I'm running straight into the face of trouble. That's what I always do. Okay. I'm going to skip the horse idea. And we are just going to go back. Okay, if he's here, let's just go back to the Stormcloak camp and we'll go up the road and see what presents itself to us. All right. Damn it. Okay. Well, hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, this goes okay. I think we recovered most of the healing potions we lost in the last engagement. Might not be a bad idea to look, huh? Minor healing, couple plentiful healing. Oh, sure. Okay, this is where the camp is supposed to be, right? Yep, okay. So I'm guessing everybody's kind of at the gates getting prepped for... Oh, sure, okay. Here we got our artillery set up here. Well, crap. If we're gonna go into the thick of it, it's badass helm time, I think. Okay. I feel like when Sagamore marches in, there needs to be kind of like some Darth Vader music or something. Are you shitting me right now with this? Look at that bounty. It's rather impressive. Are we going to do this?
Time to cleanse the Empire of its filth. Enough of this.
No bounty. All right. Yeah, we need some Darth Vader music. Okay. Oh, this incarnation of Mortal Blade is a little bit darker than stuff I've had in the past.
This is it, man. It's time to make this city ours.
What is with the hammers? Look at those things. They're massive.
Sacrifices and courage of our fellows, those who have fallen, those still bearing the shields to our right. On this day, our enemy will know the fullness of our determination, the true depth of our anger, and the exalted righteousness of our cause. The gods are watching. The spirits of our ancestors are stirring, and men, under suns yet to dawn, will be transformed by what we do here today. Fear neither pain nor darkness, for Sovngarde awaits those who die with weapons in their hands and courage in their hearts. We now fight our way to Castle Dower, to cut the head of the Legion itself. And in that moment, the gods will look down and see Skyrim as she was meant to be, full of lords who are mighty, powerful, and free.
Rousing. Yeah.
For the sons and daughters of Skyrim.
Right. Hey, you first. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's quick save right here. This is a good spot. That way we don't have to sit through the rousing speech a second time if things go pear-shaped. You never know. Anything could happen. Easily blocked? What? You mean blocked with your neck? Oh, there we go. Now we got another shouter in the group. Sorry, Golmar, I got this. No worries. Sorry, I stole your thunder there. You got him. He's a straggler. Looks like we're cutting our own path here. But that's what the Mortal Blade does. Ooh. Down you go.
Be careful.
Ooh. That's how you do it. Follow me, soldiers. Let's chop through that. I should be using my chopper for that, shouldn't I? Not my good blade. Anyone? Did I come in the back door? Whoa. Bob and weave. Bob and weave. Ah. Huh. How do we open that thing? Oh, hey. Wow, I'm just thinking about how hard we struggled in the Reach. Holy shit, I might be in trouble here. Oh, sorry, froze my own dudes. Yep, no running away. Gotta be fully committed. Come on, Sag, up on that wall. Let's do this. Up on that wall. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good. Oh, I'm out of stamina. There we go. Try to put a block on his face and didn't work. Oh, hey. How'd you get up there? Good flanking. Good flanking maneuver. Okay, don't. Oh, oh. Get him off the wall. Let's go. No. Who's next? Anyone this way?
For the glory of the Empire.
Wow, it's quiet up here now. Okay. Well, okay, there's a whole bunch of guys over there again. You guys got this or what? Like, I gotta trust that they can handle that. Plus, they got reinforcements coming, right? All right. We free to go in now? Feel like we made it.
Already done.
Stop.
Stop what? Taking Skyrim back from those who leave her to rot.
You're wrong, Ulfric. We need the Empire. Without it, Skyrim will assuredly fall to the Dominion.
You were there with us. You saw it. The day the Empire signed that damn treaty was the day the Empire died.
You're a damn
All right,
fool.
we'd observe.
Aside, woman. We've come for the General.
He has given up, but I have not.
Reka, go. You're free to leave.
I'm also free to stay and fight for what I believe in.
You're also free to die for it.
This is what you wanted? Shield brothers and sisters killing each other? Families torn apart? This is the Skyrim
woman,
you
stand
want?
aside.
That's not the Skyrim I want to live in.
Reka,
You gotta hand it to her. The woman's got
You've left me no choice.
strong convictions.
Talos, preserve us.
Holy crap. That was actually a pretty nice maneuver. Come on, General. You and me. Let's do this. Come. Ooh, good hit. Come on. Come on, old man. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
call yourself a warrior.
Yeah. Give Stormblade your best hit. Let's do it. Nice. That's it. Come on. Back into the bowels.
How do you feel about
Castle Dower. Come. Do it. Have some pride. Come on. Ooh. Are you done? You yield?
Come on, I dare you.
Your leg fights better than you.
I will smite you.
Yours is dead.
I will smite you.
Quit toying with her and finish it.
I will smite you.
Fall back.
Wake me up when you're ready to fight. Must have scared him. I will smite you.
Enough.
The general is
This
done.
is it for you. Any last words before I send you to oblivion?
You realize this is exactly what they wanted.
What who wanted?
The Thalmor. They stirred up trouble here. Forced us to divert needed resources and throw away good soldiers, quelling this rebellion.
It's a little more than a rebellion, don't you think?
We aren't the bad guys, you know.
Maybe not, but you certainly aren't the good guys.
Perhaps you're right. But then what does that make you?
You just said it yourself.
It makes us right.
And if I surrender?
The Empire I remember never surrendered.
That empire is dead. And so are you.
Talk, talk, talk.
Just kill him and let's be done with it already.
Come, Galvar.
God.
Where's your sense of the dramatic
He
moment?
looks so menacing
By the
standing behind
gods.
her.
It's a good ending to some damn story you're after. Perhaps the Dragonborn should be the one to do it.
Good point. Well, Dragonborn, what do you say? Do you want the honor?
The honor? Huh. No. This killing belongs to you. You started the killing. You finished the killing.
As you wish. This moment, we three will be immortalized in song. Soon enough, we will march on Solitude. And on that day, the heroes of Sovngarde will
Just
march
shut
with
up
us,
and do it.
And the Empire will fall to its knees in fear. Be careful up there.
Good. It's done.
Well, I suppose some kind of speech is in order.
Ugh.
I'll go gather the men in the courtyard.
And Elisif?
Don't you worry about her. I've sent my best men to round her up.
Disgusted. All right. Well, this is super fun, right? I mean, this is kind of like great turning point for a
Stormblade,
character, so.
I want you to have my sword, a token of my appreciation. Now then, the men will expect a speech. Will you stand by my side? I wish to honor you, Dragonborn, and the truest of Stormcloaks.
Maybe you should leave me out of your speech.
Oh, why is that?
My reasons are my own.
A man's heart is his own burden to bear, so I will honor your request. Though it casts a bit of gloom on an otherwise glorious day. Come, at the very least, walk out with me.
I'll do that. And he gave me an elven sword? After all this shit about the elves? Okay. He probably would have given me his good sword if I had
am indeed
stood by him for the
Ulfric
speech, right?
Stormcloak, and indeed, there are many that call me hero. But it is all of
We
you
did it.
who are the true heroes. It was you who fought a dying empire.
Alive.
Who sunk its claws into our land, trying to drag us down with it. It was you who fought the Thalmor and their puppets who would have us deny our gods and our heritage. It was you who
Rejected.
fought your king who didn't understand our cause, who weren't willing to
Sagamore
pay the price
rejects
for our
it.
freedom. But more
Okay.
than that, it was
So,
you who fought for
now we
Skyrim.
get to move on to the
Our
next
right
chapter.
to fight our own battles, to return to our glory and traditions, to determine our own future.
Hey, Katie, good to see you.
And it is for these reasons that I cannot accept the mantle of High King. Not until the moot declares that title should adorn my shoulders will I accept it.
And what about Jarl Elisif?
Okay, so we get our symbolic walk out. Now, there may be some stuff. I'm not sure. I can't be sure if there's stuff remaining at the tail end of that or if we have officially completed that quest. So let's take a look. Yes, Battle for Solitude is done. Battle at blah blah blah. Liberation of Skyrim done. So yeah, it's all done. So we get to have our special meaningful Reservoir Dogs walk off stage, right? That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. So let's do it. Let's do it. And let's do this. And then let's do this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right? Like that? That looks like a pretty good angle right there.
And in due time, the moot will meet and settle the claim to High King once and for all.
So, there you have it. He walks off angry, unfulfilled, making a statement, however.
There is much to do.
And then
I need every able-bodied man and
what
woman
this
to
does, I
represent
think,
the
is sort of
Skyrim.
just fulfills what we kind of see as his destiny to become the lone warrior, which I think is important and super cool, and it's key to who the Mortal Blade is. So, very important. And look at that. He's still spouting off when we walk out the door. It's perfect. It's perfect. Skyrim belongs to the nerds. I like it. I like it very much. Okay. Now, the battle is over, so we go back to our sort of almost clergy-type look. What does Anim Cam do? Anim Cam allows you to spin the camera around so that your character can actually walk toward the camera, right? So if I'm in regular mode here and I turn around like this and I say, "Hey, Sagamore, walk forward," he's going to turn around and do this. Whereas if I have Anim Cam enforced and I push the forward button, he's going to walk toward me. That's how that's going to work. Okay? That's what Anim Cam does. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about transition then. Transition to, I suppose, the persona of the Mortal Blade. So we have completed the Civil War quest line, which basically has Sagamore coming out of this as a war hero to some and a war criminal to others. And I don't know what's going to happen exactly. Yeah, here's that guard we killed who came after us about our bounties. That was ill-timed for him, I guess, huh? I don't know what's going to happen with that exactly. But that's okay. I think that's a great reflection of the fact that there are people out there who fear him. and who see him as a war criminal. I think that's an okay distinction. And they have no horses here, right? No horses. That's okay. We'll ask anyway, just in case.
Is this about the stables? My husband Gaiman handles the business.
Where is he? Oh, crap. I hope he wasn't up there defending the city. Ooh, I hope he wasn't that guard I killed over the bounty. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, but we got places to go. So what I've done, right, is one of the things, obviously, that happens during the quest line is you get this offer to become Thane, and in order to become Thane, you have to do some good works around Windhelm, which we saw previously, and you also have to purchase a house. I am not going to purchase the house in Windhelm because I really don't like that house, and it doesn't fit with the persona of the Mortal Blade, who is a solitary figure. So we are going to take up a different house in a different location in exchange, and rather than taking the gift of this bizarro world sword that we got from Ulfric Stormcloak, what we're going to do is armor instead. Armor that will replace this armor because of the janky textures. Okay? We're going to retire this armor, and we're going to go to the custom armor that I created and say that that is what was gifted to him by Ulfric. Because if you remember, one of the things that we did with this armor is we awarded this armor piece by piece to Sagamore throughout the course of the Civil War questline in place of those items that Ulfric had given him. That was before I realized that it had janky textures on it, and that was kind of bothering me. So we're going to bypass that by going to a different set of armor that I have customized myself to replace this. But to get to that, we have to adventure, have a little adventure. We're going to go off and find this house, kind of get settled in, and figure out what to do next, okay? So the question is, at this point, what does this grizzled war veteran do? He's disillusioned with the Stormcloak cause. There is temporarily peace in Skyrim as everybody holds their breath, kind of waiting to see what's going to happen politically, right?
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
Somebody in Skyrim's happy, at least one person. So I think what happens here is, for me, the natural transition is that this is a guy who's walked away from the Stormcloaks because of, for I think, moral reasons rather than political ones. And even though we have people across Skyrim who consider him to be a war criminal, that is kind of the war propaganda machine at work. What we know of Sagamore is that the incident with baby Battleborn was an accident and nothing more. We know that at heart he is a good man. He is thinking about that. He has shame about what happened to the kid. He didn't mean for it to happen, but it's shame nonetheless. However, we know him to be a good character. So I think at this point, that with the war over, that gives him pause. It gives him a time to sort of consider what he's going to do next. And I think that this quiet time between adventures is really going to be, I think, a time for him to think about the spiritual side of what it is that he's doing. So to me, that the natural thing for him to do would be to get himself settled in and then set out on a quest to find the Greybeards and figure out what's going on with all of this business, right? To kind of engage that side of the Dragonborn story, if you will, and see where that takes him. So we're going to explore some of that stuff. But first, we're going to go get settled in and kind of change out some stuff here so we can reset. Okay. Man.
Don't care. Leave me alone.
I don't have time for this foolishness.
Stop
Now
bugging
come
the
along
lady,
quietly,
assholes.
and we won't have to get rough. Brother, I think she's telling the truth.
We'll stick here for a second to make sure they don't get rough.
Before I do something drastic.
She doesn't have the scar. What? Oh, you're right. We've made a mistake. Now move along before that mouth of yours gets you into trouble.
Next time you're looking to pester someone, make sure it's the right person.
All right. They don't seem to be pestering her anymore. So, to get to the cabin, we've got kind of a ways to go. We've got to trek across Skyrim to the snow-capped peaks around Winterhold. So we are on our way there, and we'll see if any adventure ensues along the way. But once we get there, we'll kind of reset, re-equip, and then figure out what the path ahead is, which will probably be, let's head to High Hrothgar and figure out what's going on with that whole business and take it as it comes. So as I've laid out the character concept in the documents, if you look in the show notes for episodes of The Mortal Blade, you'll see links off to mortalblade.charactercrusade.com, which takes you to the character build documents and all that good stuff. Kind of gives you some recommendations for quests to pursue. Obviously, the Alduin questline is a natural fit, and this seems like a good transition point at which to do it. It seems like the point at which he would be thinking about these kind of spiritual questions, but that has not always been the case with this character. There have been times when I've played through this character that I have come off the Civil War questline and jumped into the companions as well. And I think a good case can be made for that as well. This particular playthrough has some kind of overtones of shame and guilt and stuff like that that seem to lend itself really well to the whole High Hrothgar thing. But if this character were to, say, come out of the Civil War questline mainly unscathed and looking to continue to build his reputation as a hero, sure, companions would be great under those circumstances, so why not, you know? All right. Maybe we'll... You messing with me, really?
All right. Hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Gut me like a fish. Walk away right now.
Well, I can see you're not one to be trusted.
That's right. I leveled up, you twerp. Okay. Yeah. Let's go to Morthal. We'll get a hot meal and a place to sleep. We've got a long journey, a long, cold journey ahead of us tomorrow to get to our final destination, so that seems reasonable, I think. Come on. And then maybe while we're in the tavern here, we can go ahead and level up, have a little look at a little reminder of where we are just in terms of perks and all that good stuff. So the plan, ladies and gentlemen, is that I am going to play tonight till probably about 9 o'clock or so. We'll get in a good 3 hours or so. And then after that, I'm going to take these videos, I'm going to leave them in their raw form and leave them unlisted, but I'm going to put them on a password-protected page and distribute that among those of you who are patrons. So if you ever miss an episode and want to go back and watch what happened, or you just want to go back and review a previous one that you've already seen, you'll be able to get to that page and have a look.
Well, there ain't much to offer, but if you want a place dry to spend the night, I'll rent you a room.
Will you? Sure. First things first. Let's refill the water. I'd like to rent a room, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you. What have you got for sale?
Are you joking? You just rented a room for me.
Oh, go screw off. I said, what have you got for sale?
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Okay. Food. God dang it. I said
Drink
food.
for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Right. Food for the hungry. I am the hungry. Please, let me see your food. Ooh. Dumplings. I don't know. That doesn't seem very Sagamore. It seems too dainty. You know what I mean? Sounds delicious, though. Grilled leeks for the fiber. Hrothgar loaf. That seems like his style. Potato bread. That seems like his style for sure. Oh, frickin' frack. What? Ale. Yeah, I'm celebrating. I'm buying all of your ale. Thank you.
I'll show you to your room.
Yeah.
Right this way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
No, that's it. Bye. Okay. So, we can put this away, that away, that away. What else? Anything? No, I think that's pretty good for now. Let's eat and drink. Drink, drink, drink. So 4 times we're going to drink. Okay. Okay, we got ourselves some Hrothgar loaf. We got ourselves some potato bread. Drink. We got ourselves some grilled leeks. That takes 2 drinks to wash down those grilled leeks. Whew. We just ate those for the fiber because we're looking to stay healthy and regular out on the trail, ladies and gentlemen. Now what? Now, what do I do with my life? I'll sleep on it. Okay. All right, 3 p.m. Ooh, we're going to bed early. Well, we just got done fighting a dang war, so we're pretty tired. We're going to sleep for 12 hours. That sounds like fun. We did drop the alcohol, but as I said, it's a celebration. It's a celebration of the end of the war. Okay, so let's take a look at those skills. Where are we at here? Still alternating health and stamina. It looks like health is on the agenda. Okay. I feel like investing in block. And remember, I had to rebuild this character from scratch. I got most of the perk selections right, I think. There may be a couple that are off here. I'm pretty sure first time around I had 1 level in timed block. Assume a defensive position for 1 second. After raising your shield or weapon, block 30% more damage and staggering attackers in melee range. Okay. defensive position for 1 second after raising your shield or weapon, blocking 30% more. If you do not block an attack during this time, you can attempt another timed block. Cannot attempt another timed block for 2 seconds. That reads weird, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's ambiguity there. Okay, we're gonna hold off on that. That's one that I might want to research a little bit before I commit to it again. Dominion, 25% less attack damage from any direction. From any direction when blocking in combat. Ooh. So if I have my shield up, even if my opponent is behind me, I'm going to take 25% less damage. So that helps us in situations where perhaps we're flanked or, you know, surrounded by baddies. Bashing deals 3% more damage per point of stamina. Ooh, Skull Rattler. 3% per point of stamina. Christ on a cracker, that's really good. We're going to rattle skulls. Yeah. Let's rattle some skulls. Miss the timed block 2-second cooldown. I see what you're saying, Gamers Theater, but that it doesn't read like that. That's what my assumption was, but it doesn't sound like that when you read it. It says, assume a defensive position for 1 second after raising your shield or weapon. I mean, what I would assume is that timed block would be that you block as the person is striking, so that your timing is perfect, right? So, and if you do that, you block 30% more damage. I don't know. It doesn't read well. So that's one of those that I'm probably going to go to the website and take a look at that one before I commit to it. I want to make sure I understand completely what it's doing. One-handed. Let's check where we're at. Clash of Champions. Now, there's a whole bunch of cool stuff above Clash of Champions that is kind of interesting. I really like Crosscut a lot. This is when we start getting into power attack combos, which I really love. I love power attack combos. So that's going to be a great investment in the future. For now, we've got Furious Strength. That is additional power attack damage, Disciplined Fighter, reducing stamina cost. Overrun up here. Overrun, that's given us our charging power attack, which is betchin' always. I love that. Okay, so we've got 2 levels in Speech Mastery. I don't know if I'm going to take any more speech-related perks anytime soon. It could be a possibility in the future as we start to get into some of these perks that really help with shout stuff. To me, that seems like good ones to take once we get involved with the Greybeards and we get a little bit further down the line and start to understand more about what it means to be Dragonborn. Enchanting, vitally important. Enchanting is vitally important. We've just barely started down the road of that, but we're working on it. And, of course, chanting is important to the Mortal Blade because the Mortal Blade needs to create defensive gear to protect us from dragons. So that one is going to be pretty important. We got a ways to go on that, though. And then smithing, just to help improve the base effectiveness of our armor. Heavy armor, we've done a lot of investment here. Battle weary. Tired enemies have a harder time defeating your armor. So as we weaken our enemies, we take less damage. That seems like pretty logical. All right. Born to Fight. Heavy armor weighs half as much and slows you down half as much. Love it. Up this way. Heavy armor fit. So this is bonuses for wearing all heavy armor. Defiance. You're trained to deflect incoming attacks while wearing all heavy armor. Whenever an enemy attacks you, you gain 15 points of armor rating for 10 seconds, and it stacks. And rallying standard. This is kind of a fun one we took. Got to use that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And again, a rallying standard, if you remember, we discussed this one before. He actually plants a flag, and anybody who's around him gets some bonuses, stuff like that. That one is pretty cool. We may end up using console commands to back it out and put it back in so that we can select a different standard type. Since we have chosen to disassociate ourselves with the Stormcloaks, we may change that out at some point here. But I'm not going to worry too much about it at the moment, but that may be something I'll explore offline, and we'll just see how it works. All right. And yes, this is Ordinator perk overhaul. Okay. Skyrim belongs to the Nords. You may choose a race. Weapons and spells are 35% more effective against the chosen race. The choice is permanent. Dark Elves doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know. I suppose Imperials would make sense at this point. Okay. Now that is that. Let's look under active effects. Okay. So this is an ability that is associated with Imperious races, which is also an Anai Scion mod. So as we become, more powerful as the heroic Nord warrior, we get some bonuses against different enemies. We've already gotten High Elf Slayer. Weapons and spells are 35% more effective against High Elves. Now we've gained that also against Imperials. So this, to me, this makes sense. This kind of represents the beef that we have with Imperials and High Elves, kind of left over from the war, right? That makes a lot of sense. Now, if we get awarded this again, I'm not sure what I would pick, but we'll take a look and see when that time comes. I don't expect that to come for maybe another 10 levels, so we're not going to worry about it now. There's a lot of things that can happen between now and then, so. Okay. What time is it? 3 o'clock in the morning. All right, well, let's go. Okay. Off we go. We've got enough food in our backpack that I don't think I'm going to buy anything else here. We're just going to hit the road. We've got places to go. All right, so let's take a moment and consult our map. We're in Morthal. It might actually be more interesting for us to take a cross-country journey, don't you think? And head up this way, go up to the coast and follow the coast along and just see what we encounter along the way. I kind of like that idea. So let's do that. Dangers abound in the swamps of Morthal. But we are up to the task.
We need to wipe them out before things get worse.
Yes, wipe out the dragons. Big rocks in the woods. Okay. A little overcast, so kind of dreary. Looking forward to some sunshine. As if the marsh was not creepy enough. We choose to adventure in here. In the dead of night under overcast skies. I like these cross-country journeys, though. Just kind of a long distance from point A to point B. We're traveling with intent while still allowing ourselves to experience whatever the game decides to throw at us in these areas. What do we got here? I thought I heard voices. Did anyone hear voices? Map. Well, that's roughly the right direction, so let's continue. Okay, y'all. Hang on here. My chat is acting up on me again. I don't know why. Really? Come, beast. We're doing well if we're heading in generally a northeasterly direction here. We know this place, do we not? Or do we not? We don't, do we? No. Yes? No? Maybe? No. Nope. We have not been there yet. Hope everyone is doing well. I am doing fine. I had mentioned earlier that there was something I wanted to share to you, but then we got embroiled in a battle, and I don't believe that I ever got a chance to follow up on said discussion point, which was to say that I have finished episode 1 of Featherstone, an Aranis Arcana story. Chapter 17, Part 1. Chapter 17 being called A Beautiful Blade. I've finished it. I have rendered it. I've got it in the hopper, saved for the 13th of October. And my goal is to have at least 2 episodes fully produced and ready to go when the story launches. Oh shit, it's an Imperial camp. Let's back off.
Citizen, I'm warning you. Your presence is interfering with Imperial business. Be gone.
You understand you can't call in reinforcements anymore, right? Okay, so that episode is done. Like I said, Chapter 17, Part 1. It clocked in at 2 hours and 15 minutes long. It is going to be a monster. And the idea is that you are going to get an episode of Fleet Story every 2 weeks. And each episode, since it's every 2 weeks... Each episode will be about 2 hours long, so extra value there, I'm hoping. And I gotta say that even by my diva standards, the content in the video and the production of the video, it is by far, without question, the best, most epic thing I've ever created in my career on YouTube. I will tell you that. I am very excited about it. I'm excited to share it with you. I have paid attention to every conceivable detail you can imagine, and I'm very pleased with the way that it turned out and excited to share it with you. So, what's going to happen is Fleet's story is going to return on the 15th of October, but we are going to have a very special premiere viewing on the 14th for those of you who attend the 24-hour live stream marathon. Even if you can't attend the entire live stream marathon, I will make a point of publicizing when we're going to do the viewing, so that if you want to attend, you can do that. So it's basically going to be a pre-screening of the episode, and it's going to be done in the context of a live stream where I will be able to talk with Joe about it, and we'll do some live commentary. We're going to talk right over the damn thing, so you'll hear some of it, but it's going to be primarily commentary. I'll just be having a discussion with Joe, kind of going over, you know, the details about how it was made and what went into the creation of it and all that stuff. The kind of stuff that you would get on, you know, the director's cut stuff you'd get on a DVD, maybe, that kind of thing. So for those of you who are interested in that, keep an eye out. We do have on CharacterCrusade.com, on the homepage, in the schedule, we have a listing there for the 24-hour live stream, and that does contain a preliminary agenda. That'll give you, it's very preliminary. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to go into it that hasn't been added yet, but that is the place that you will go to see sort of the finalized agenda on what it is that we're going to cover during the stream, so that if you want to watch that specifically, or any other part of that live stream and can't attend the whole thing, you can decide what it is you want to watch, what you want to take in, and you can visit us whenever you like. So keep an eye on that, because there'll be updates. There have been updates added to it periodically over the last few weeks, and we'll definitely be adding more in the coming week about what we're going to do. So.
Looking to hire a boat?
No boats. Okay, so I'm looking at questions here in chat. How standalone will it be? There's a lot of catch-up to do. It's not a standalone episode. It's not there's not going to be any recap in the episode of previously tread territory. If you want to catch up on the story, you're going to have to either go back and rewatch the episodes, or go use the episode guide that I have published and just read through the bullet points in the episode guide, which will give you a sense for the major things that happened in each episode. So what I've tried to do is lay out each episode by act, so that you can look at those points and say, oh, okay, here's the significant things to the story and the character that happened in Act 1. Here are the significant things that happened in Act 2. It's still, it's a lot of reading to take in, because there are a lot of points there, and I haven't even finished Act 3 yet. I've started Act 3. I'm a good way through Act 3, but I'm not done yet. So they're almost all there, but it's still going to be a heck of a lot faster to skim over those bullet points than it would be to watch all the videos. And you can also take a look at that too, and maybe there's something in the bullet points that stands out to you and you decide to watch that particular episode. But having the episode guide there at least gives you the option to do that. So that's what I would suggest. What this episode is going to do is kind of explain where we are in the present, and it's going to do some flashbacks and so forth that help to explain things that happened in the recent past. But all the events are all things that happened after the assassination of the Emperor. And if you remember, the series ended basically with the assassination of the Emperor, and a couple episodes in Act 4 were things that took place afterwards. So, this is not covering previously trod territory. So here's the deal. I want to eliminate any confusion. We're going to do a 24-hour live stream marathon. The 24-hour live stream starts at 6 p.m. Central Time on October 13th, which is a Friday the 13th. No better time. No better time to start a monumental live stream than Friday the 13th. And because we're going 24 hours, it will wrap up, obviously, at 6 p.m. Central Time on Saturday the 14th. Now, the premiere viewing of the first episode is going to take place sometime on Saturday morning. It's not going to happen in the middle of the night, at 3 a.m. in the morning or something like that. It's going to happen sometime late morning or early afternoon on Saturday the 14th, but it'll be during that 24-hour live stream that it takes place. Like I said, eventually we'll have that all plugged into the agenda with the time frames, so you'll know exactly what time. But that's the plan. Okay. Thank you so much, Joe, for posting that stuff in there. The Panicked Monk, welcome. For those of you who don't know Joe, meet Joe, the Panicked Monk. Joe is going to be doing this 24-hour live stream with me, and he's been instrumental in helping to come up with ideas and stuff for us to do as part of the stream. Come on, bear. Ooh, he's quick. I think we got him. There we go. All right. Gonna take your fur. Got your fur. Price of doing business. So yeah, Joe and I have had several occasions where we've sat down over beers or something like that and discussed what could we cram into 24 hours that would be interesting for people to watch. And we've come up with some pretty cool ideas, I think, but we're still working on the final agenda. Some things are still in process as we figure out whether or not they can be done, technically speaking. But I think there's going to be a wide variety of different things to choose from. There's going to be a live podcast. There's going to be 3-play. There's going to be live gaming. There's going to be the premiere video. We are going to do some giveaways. We're going to do some trivia. We are considering doing kind of a sort of a cradle-to-grave character concept idea where we come up with a character concept, we get some video, we go in and play with that character concept, get some video, and then we actually produce a video and do voiceover so that what you're seeing is kind of the entire experience of making a story video from creating the character concept all the way through to the finished video, possibly. We talked about doing that. There are a few technical complications with that, but nothing I don't think we can work through. So we're thinking about that, possibly. All right. We got to be getting close. Oh, yeah. You guys. Why do you even bother? Okay. These workers. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, what's up? All right. Ah. So many woofs. So widow time. Okay, let's see if we can get up this way. We are very close to our new hacienda. But, I need to see if I can climb this mess here. Possibly. Woofs. What, you never heard of woofs? What's wrong with you? It's woofs. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I think we need to go this way. We'll just ascend here where I know we can get up. We'll have to go through town and go out the other side. That's okay. Excuse me. Hey, how you doing? Nice. Okay, so for those of you who followed the previous incarnation, oh no, how did you find me?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Hands only.
Let's see here.
There's a new museum opening up in Dawnstone.
Oh, come on.
The owner is asking me to hand out invitations to travelers. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Well, he said my hands only. Just any traveler?
Nope. Sorry.
Any travelers, specifically travelers who look like me? That could be it.
Don't just walk away. Traveler. Where do you think you're going?
Yeah, I'm watching everybody at this point.
Where else could I even go in this god's forsaken?
Okay. So, yeah, if you remember previous incarnation of the Mortal Blade, I used the Stormlord armor. I customized it myself a little bit, but not a lot. So, after much searching and consideration, I went back to the Stormlord armor, but this time I modified it quite a bit more. Look at that guy. He must have landed, huh? Okay, that's going to have Sagamore's undivided attention. Where did he go? All right. And here's our house. So I searched high and low for armor that I was pleased with and couldn't find anything that I liked better than the Stormlord armor. So I'm going with it again because I just really like it. But this time I've modified it quite a bit more than I did the last time around. So we're going to do that. We're going to probably swap out some weaponry and so forth. So here we are. This is the spot. Seems pretty stinking remote. But that's what I like about it. And it's small. I also like that about it. This character is not the sort of character I could see living in a big, audacious mansion with a big effing hot tub and all that kind of stuff. So we have a key on us, which of course was given to us by Alfred Stormcloak. Thank you. Okay. Now, yeah, let's put that action away. Let's turn on some lights, huh? And then we'll kind of go over what's in here. I like little details like that. Let me turn on some lights. That's fun. Oh, you know what else is cool? I can open the shades. Let's do that too. There's sunlight in here. Yes, this is a cabin mod. I think it's called Thur's Cabin. Thur. T-H-U-R. Okay. Anything else I can turn on and off? Because, you know, that's what I like to do. It's got those little details, right? Open the shades, turn on the lights, swap out the rugs. It reminds me a lot of some of the simple features that we had in the Fisherman's Shack, which I enjoyed a lot. We can lay this out on the floor like that, and we've got a respectable place for a companion or something like that if we need someone to hang out with us here. We've got a sauna for getting sweaty. And then over here, we've got extra storage up there. You can't actually go up there. You just kind of click on the top of the ladder, and then it opens storage. And then I've kind of set this up with a few things, right? We've got our 2 shields of distinction, if you will. The original shield of his family and the modified shield of his shame. Okay? All right. And then these are the swords. Okay, so let us do this. Let's do a gear swap. All right, so this was kind of fun, right? I like this idea of sort of taking this opportunity to decide now. He's his own man. He's come through this horrific battle experience. He's got a reputation, both good and ill, but he's his own man. He's been released from duty, and now he is free to determine his own destiny. What he has decided is that he is going to continue his personal mission to protect the people of Skyrim, regardless of what they believe about him. Part of that also is his own personal spiritual quest to find out what's going on with his Dragonborn stuff. We are going to make our way up to High Hrothgar to discover some things, but this also is our opportunity to sort of make our own mark. Who are we, and how are we going to represent ourselves to the world? And I think for him, that is going to be both, it's going to be an image that both, I guess, strikes kind of a legendary type of figure combined with nobility and a good dose of fear in those people who would oppose him. So what I did is we got a few different things here. I'm using the Black Mage plate boots because I really do not like the Stormlord boots. They just look very bizarre. The Stormlord gauntlets, Stormlord cuirass, and that is it from there. And then I've got this guy also. So let's take a look. Now, the way that I think about this, the Stormlord armor is the same armor that Ulfric Stormcloak wears. I like the idea that perhaps as a reward for having performed well in an exemplary fashion during the war, that he is awarded similar armor to what Ulfric wears, but then he chooses to take that armor and completely tweak it to make it his own, essentially. So that's kind of what we're going to do here. So let's kind of have a look. Plate boots are just plate boots. I didn't mess with those at all, really. Okay. Oh, hey, wow. It's not using any of my textures. I got to reset those. So we'll do that too. As far as weaponry goes, we're going to use that guy. So the other thing we're going to do is we are going to change out our primary sword. Not that piece of junk. So we've still got this Nightfall Claymore we created for fighting dragons. We haven't used it yet. We haven't kind of figured out the whole concept of sanctifying it yet. So our primary battle weapon is going to be this weapon, which is the Wraith Steel Sword that I have smithed up to exquisite. It's just a prettier looking blade. I like it. We're going to retire the Oathkeeper, which is the old family sword, and exchange it for a piece of gear which I think is better suited to the kind of fighting we're going to be doing going forward and has a bit more majesty to it. Okay? So let's go outside. We're going to create a full save, and then I am going to check and make sure that I've got my retexture where it needs to be. Okay. Very good. All right. Let's quit this. Okay. So now one of the things that I'm not sure about is I'm using Nexus Mod Manager here. Nexus Mod Manager will show me all of my ESPs, right? And I've got those set up here. Stormlord armor is here. I'm going to move it back in the lineup. I don't know if this is going to work, though. So let's move it back in the lineup. But if I've got something like a simple retexture, you can see all the ones here checked in green are the ones that are active. And one of the ones that I've got here is CW Mod Mortal Blade Helm SE, CW Mods Mortal Blade Shield. These are my overwrites of those. Okay. And which one of these is actually my retexture? I hope I didn't lose it or something stupid like that. It might be in with the shield. I'm not sure. But what it does is it doesn't seem to like give me the ability to drag mods around that are simple retextures. I can reposition them if they are mods with an ESP. But other than that, it doesn't look like I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Stormlord backwards in the lineup because this is the armor that I'm retexturing. Stormlord. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. We'll check it. If it doesn't seem like it's working, I'll reinstall the mod and see if that'll just pop my stuff back in there. I don't really know. Mod Organizer did make that aspect much easier, because even if you had a mod that didn't have an ESP, it was still pretty easy to change the order and see what was overwriting what, but it's a lot less obvious here. So we'll try this. If this doesn't work, I'll just reinstall it and maybe that'll do the trick. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a texture, no ESP. Just the texture. So that's the shield. Well, the shield is working, obviously. Shield. Okay, let's look. Mortal Blade. Stormlord retexture. But I think this is an old one, isn't it? Is this an old one? Yeah, that's 2016. Is it this one? Textures, armor. No. That is my helm. Where the F is it? Where did I put it? That is quite frustrating. Look at all these frickin' mods that I've made for various things. There's a lot. The Ursine armor, this was an attempt to retexture the Ursine until I discovered that there was just something wrong with the textures altogether. So I abandoned that. It's not there, it's not there. How is it just frickin' vanished? Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Really, really great. Let's try something else. The other option here would be to just, I'm going to take a look in Photoshop and see if my files are here. Yeah. Here's stuff right here. Right there. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the armor. That would be the armor. What the hell happened to it? Okay, well, maybe I'll get a lesson in retexturing right now, huh? These should be all packed up already, but I'm not sure where that zip file is. Let's just do a save as. Okay, here we go. Data, Skyrim SE mods, Stormlord. All right, let's have a look. That gives us a clue. Really? Okay. Well, I know where everything is now. That's good. So if we go here, the first thing I want to figure out is we're going to take a look real quick and make sure that we know what the right path is to the stuff that we want to overwrite. So we're going to go to Textures, Armor, Stormlord. Okay. So we got Textures, Armor, Stormlord. Okay, that's pretty simple. Stormlord. So I wonder if I have one here. I don't. Okay, so all we really need to do then, I guess at this point, is we'll just make a new install package, and I'm going to put it in here under CW mods like I did these other ones so I don't lose track of it. So we'll create a new folder here. All right, CW mods. Stormlord. So inside here, we now need a set of folders. Textures. Inside textures, we create armor. Inside armor, we create a folder called Stormlord. Okay. Now inside that folder, we are going to, this is where we're going to drop these. Now, these are PSD files. So these are the files I'm opening right now. So I've got the armor open, and so I'm going to do save as, and we are going to map this to our new folder structure. Textures, armor, Stormlord. And then the format we need to save this in is going to be a DDS file. It's just going to be called armor because we want to overwrite the original. And we're going to do DXT5, save it. So now we've added that in. Now the next one we want is going to be what? Cancel, file, open recent. We got the armor, gauntlets, probably. Are these the Stormlord ones? Yes, these are the Stormlord gauntlets, so these are what we want next. Do file, save as, and once again, we want to map this to the folder structure I've created. And this folder structure I've created inside an archive of all the mods that I've created over the years, just so everything's in one place. Again, this goes into Stormlord because they're Stormlord gauntlets. They need to be in that same folder structure because we're going to overwrite the originals. DDS file, its name is gauntlets, so that stays the same. Now, what I've got here, this is a plugin for Photoshop made by NVIDIA that lets me save these textures in different formats. So I'm doing DXT5, save. Okay, so that takes care of our cuirass and our gauntlets. That should be everything we need because I'm using steel boots and I've got another solution for headgear, which seems to be working already. So it was really just, I think, these two items that we needed. So we'll close up Photoshop here. All right. Now, here we are. CW mods, Stormlord, texture, armor, Stormlord. So we're going to go here into this root level directory. And now I'm going to create my install package for this. I use the same naming convention, CW mods. That way, the stuff that I create always kind of ends up sort of in the same area. I can find it all when I sort. Stormlord, that's probably good enough. All right, so it's just a simple zip file. Now I'm going to take this whole folder structure. We're going to drop it in there. Okay. So if I open the zip file now, I should see texture, armor, Stormlord, and then my two items. Okay. So let's close that. Now I'm going to go over here to plugins and let's see if we can get it to work this time. CW mods, Stormlord. We're going to select our Stormlord install package, open that, and you can see it pops it in right there. We're going to activate that. Ursine armor has been detected. No, we're not going to worry about that. No. Stormlord armor decent. Yes to all. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm thinking that that should do it. I certainly hope it does, but we'll see. So the only way to check, obviously, is to get into the game and look. So we'll give it a shot, see what happens. I need water. My water skin is only half full. Load. Sagamore. Did it load the wrong effing? Yeah, it did. Well, that's what she looks like. Textures. Textures! Okay. Let's load 20, though. Proof's in the pudding here. Try the most recent one. Yeah. There it is. Betchen. That is the stuff. Okay? Woohoo! Okay, so that's the retextured armor, the gauntlets, and then you can see we've just got kind of the regular steel boots on there. However, this is the version of the steel boots that come from the Black Mage armor set. They just have a little bit darker color that goes much nicer with the armor. The boots that come with this armor look bizarre. They look like bear paws or something like that. Oh, there is one other thing I can see here is the fur that is on the armor here. There's a retexture I made for the fur too, which I forgot to put in the install package. My version of that fur underneath the armor is quite a bit darker than what you're seeing here, but we can add that in too. So the other thing that I did, because I like things that are menacing, is I kind of made my own recreation of the Helm of Yol. So this is a retexture using the meshes from the what is it? Ebon Steel armor package, right? So it's kind of got the visor over the face type of thing, which I think is much more intimidating and interesting to look at and stuff like that. Obviously, this is not enchanted like the Helm of Njol is, but that's okay. We can enchant it ourselves at some point. We've still got the original helm, should we need it, I guess, but I like this look better, and I sort of like the idea that he heavily modifies his own gear for fighting dragons and stuff like that. It seems logical that he would have more full protection of his face. I also did try to darken up the steel on the shield, but holy balls, are shields complex in the way that they are structured. I could not figure out what texture needed to be modified in order to do that. I did manage to create my own texture overlay for the color on the shield, but I couldn't figure out how to retexture the shield itself. That's something I may attempt later at some point, but not now. Okay, so the other thing that is part of this package, I guess, if we want to call it that, which I think is pretty stinking fun. Okay, so we got this thing going, right? We got the bloody mark on his forehead. I like the idea of menacing war paint. You guys have seen this already if you've seen the preview images, but let's look at that. It is kind of fun. So I created a war paint overlay for that, right? It's kind of the reverse of the mark. I like to call it bathed in blood. So that I dig it. I really dig it a lot. So that's pretty badass, I think. And it, you know, when you combine that, of course, with the helm, my goal was to try to set the helm up so that you'd get that red, you'd see that red through there. And he looks even more badass and intimidating and fun to play and just great. So the armor I retextured by, first I had to just kind of split out everything on here. I had to go by hand, separate all the armor from the robes underneath and from the sash on top, and I colored everything independently and added my own logos. But then I also adjusted the patina on everything so that it matched, and I tried my best to try to match the patina on the armor to the patina on the helm, get them to kind of look like they belonged together. But that's the end goal. So let's make a quick save. Okay. With a quick save out of the way, let us go to our desktop. Okay. I don't know why I had to remake these textures. It seems odd to me that I had to remake the textures altogether, but okay. We're going to do these furs too, because I think the furs kind of complete it. The ones that are on there right now look awfully dusty. All right, so let's look at this. What I'm using here is a simple level adjustment. I've got it set to 30 right now, but you can see as I bring it up, this is what the default looks like, and I'm bringing it way down, like way down. I brought it down to 30. 30 is maybe too much, but let's bring it up to, say, maybe 50. Let's try 50. That's good in dark, but it doesn't have that kind of dusty look to it. So we're going to do the same thing, same routine we did last time. Save as. CW Mouths. Storm Lord. I want armor called Space Lord. Mother. DXT5. DDS. Okay. So this one will save the original PSD because I did make a change to it. Shut that down. And then we don't have to remake our install package, but we just have to overwrite what's in it. So we're going to do that here. Let's go in here and make sure the cloak is in there. It is. So we'll take this whole folder structure again and we'll drop it back into the install package. Texture, yes. Or not. Let's do this. Open in a new window. It doesn't like to do what I tell it to. So we'll drop it in the old-fashioned way. Okay, we got it. So just to be safe, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to deactivate that. And rather than overwriting, I'm just going to get rid of it. And we're going to reinstall it from scratch. Am I the only one who knows the song Space Lord by Monster Magnet? Which is a strange song. Yes to all. Oh, shoot. It uninstalled that one, didn't it? Is this going to bark at me? No, that's just a retexture, so that shouldn't bark at me if I start this up. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense. All right. One more time. Okay. Ding 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 ding. I've been stuck in your pocket for the last 100 days. When I don't get my bath, I take it out on the slaves. So grease up your baby for a ball on the hill. Swallow them rockets. No, polish them rockets now and swallow those pills. Ah, Stormlord, mother. There we go. That's it. That's the deal. Whew, that took a while, did it not? I can only do tenor if I have a sore throat. And that seems to be a perpetual thing these days. Sore throat constantly. So, okay, let's do this. We need to get some rest, make sure we're packed up, gear up, and we're going to head to High Hrothgar, I believe. Boy, we come dressed for success to the party. I don't know. I just love those lyrics. When I don't get my bath, I take it out on the slaves. They seem nonsensical, but I think there's more going on there than people realize. Thanks, Gail. Thanks, Strudel. Thanks, EJ. Okay, so if we take a look, we've got a lot of extra garbage that we do not need to carry with us, so we're going to retire a few things here. On the apparel side of the equation, the Apotheos scarf we no longer require. We will store that. We're keeping that. Pack, of course, we need. We're going to take that helm. This, get rid of it for now. We're going to retire that Ursine armor. Got some weapon action here. What do we got that's extra? That. Wonder if I could... There might be enchantments we can get here. I love how, you know, when people shoot you with arrows, it's just added to your inventory. Like, thank you. We've got all these staves. Okay. Woodcutter's axe, we're keeping that. We've got our sanctified blade in process, if you will, here. We haven't completely arrived at our ritual yet, so I'm not too worried about that just yet. All right. Let's see if we can disenchant this crap just to get rid of it. Oh, yeah. These we need, so we're not going to disenchant those. Okay. Lighten our load there. You know what else is kind of cool is this house comes with this interesting axe. It's actually, if you look at it close, it's kind of a nice looking weapon. It's unusual. Very cool. I just like to leave it there. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to use it. Not an axe guy, but I can appreciate that it's completely unique and is kind of a nice little gift that comes with this whole thing, which I think is pretty cool. Food. We got plenty of food. Okay. So we got a long hike ahead of us. And I guess the question now is, do we travel? Should we travel via the roads, or should we come over this direction and go through the mountain pass? My gut is telling me that Sagamore would want to come this direction through the mountain pass because this is the direction he saw that dragon before it kind of disappeared. He might want to come and have a look and see if there's any dragon sign. You know what I'm saying? So let's do that. Now, the other thing that still works really well here, of course, is on the apparel side. We can still use our hood. It looks good with the whole getup. All right. So let's do it. Let's be off. Everybody's voting pass. Oh, or do you mean pass on the pass? I'm confused. I'm confused. No, I'm not. I'm not confused. Okay. Now, we do have a new sword in our inventory, so let's make sure we've got this guy mapped to slot 1. Okay. Off we go. What time is it? Oh, jeez. It's early. Boom, 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 boom. Excellent. Adventuring to do, ladies and gentlemen. Adventuring. Go forth and adventure, sir. That is what we are here for. Not Photoshop. What is that bollocks? Adventure. If I've not done so already, I would like to thank you all for attending this evening's live stream. I surely do appreciate your attendance and your patronage to my humble channel. I am trying to make something of myself. It is oh so hard, but I tried. I would also like to apologize to any of you who attended last night's 3-play. It was quite possibly the most ridiculous thing I have ever put out on YouTube. And that has nothing to do with Matt or Joe. Joe specifically did an excellent, excellent job. Matt and I were out of control, and I would say that I was probably the worst one of the bunch. I am ashamed of myself. Ah, there you are, bastard. All right, let's get to cover. Ooh, not much cover to be had here. Oh, shit. Come. Will you fight me or not? Whoa. We don't want to lose track of him. He was still here. Come on. Must be something I can do to make him mad. Oh, you bastard. If only there were such thing as a shout that would bring a dragon to the ground. These are times when you think maybe having a ranged weapon just to make the dragon angry would be useful. All right. Damn it. Lost him. He was hanging out here the whole time. Surely could use some more dragon souls, I think. Let's see where we're at. We do have the one to spend. Let's bank it. Let's just keep it for now. We'll keep it. Good night, Joe. Talk to you in the morning. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we are coming close to the end of tonight's live stream. What I'd like to do is, if I can, it'd be super if I could get us to High Hrothgar. So let's just see if we can get there, and then we'll call it a night. What is this? What vile magic? Huh. I guess a decap was out of the question. Ghostly remains. Why? Why does he carry oatmeal? Curious. Okay. That was crazy. Wait, Katie's baking rolls? What? Rolls? Oh, I love rolls. Yeah, if somebody would send me rolls, I'd be really, really appreciative, you know? Nobody sends me rolls anymore. All right. Whoa, whoa. What just happened? What happened? What was that? Oh, Jesus. Do you see that? Holy hell. It's not that often that you see Spriggans frolicking around in the snow. What are they doing? I think they literally are frolicking. Are we going to do this? Are we doing this? Are you pointing at me? That is rude. Dispatched. I'm taking your taproots. Troll meat. Free troll meat, everyone. Feel free to partake. I shall not. And I think this would be the best way to go. This direction. Pointing is rude. Ah, more woofs, I see. Woof. Woof. Oh, come on. Sorry, my furry friends. Ah. Now we're on the road. Oh, man. Ice Wraith fighting. Lovely. Here's the loop of death. Now move aside. Ah. Ice Wraith fighting 101. You see the loop. Oh, not fast enough. Loop of death. Whoop. come at me. Ow. Okay. See, that's what happens. You screw around with these things. And then inexplicably, they kick your ass. Which is bad. I was punished for my arrogance. Once again. Wait. My arm's itchy. Okay. My trigger arm. Okay, so off to High Hrothgar. So now we're kind of on the spirit quest of sorts. More? All right. We're... Oh, leave the bunny alone, you... God. Now, that was a well-timed charging power attack. Again, more arrogance. Yeah, kind of a spiritual quest now, right? And I think this is the point at which we puzzle over the idea of figuring out what he thinks about the dragon stuff. I mean, you know, you could put a lot of thought into it now, but I almost think that it's more interesting to just get up there to High Hrothgar and really do sort of a deep exploration of the Greybeard's dialogue and see what we glean from that and kind of make some decisions based on how that conversation goes. Because I sort of like the idea that some of the decisions he makes going forward could be driven by the spiritual aspects of the Dragonborn experience, which obviously are going to be... That's what we're going to get from the Greybeards. It's from the Blades that we're going to get more of a militaristic view of the Dragonborn experience. And this is an interesting point because one of the things that I outline very as clearly as I can is the Mortal Blades' view on both sides of those arguments, particularly when you boil it down to this question of whether or not Parthenax should die. That is one that I'm always conflicted about. And so I've kind of laid out in the concept document what the Mortal Blades' approach to this is. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to get us to High Hrothgar, and then we are going to reconvene for another Mortal Blade live stream in a couple weeks. And between now and then, I'm going to go back and review my own document, and I'm going to noodle that a little bit and try to determine whether or not our approach this time around, based on what's already happened, would be any different or if it would be the same. My sense is I'll probably follow the document. Kick to the throat. And again. Very good. Taking you for... Thank you to the gods for the fur we are about to receive. That's how that goes, right? Pretty sure. Something like that. Something like that. What else could we talk about? What indeed? Hey, wait, check it out. It's one of those afflicted guys. Hey, let's go ogle him. Okay, let's ogle him. Wait. Huh. Whoa. You look horrible, man. What's going on?
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Sure.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
I suppose. So, you don't mind if I just join you here, do you?
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
No, we're just walking together.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Yeah, people do that. They just walk. No worries.
Never should have come here.
You got that one? Oh, jeez.
Oh well, must have run off.
Yeah, come on.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Come on.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
No, I like traveling with the grotesque. It makes me feel better about myself.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Jesus.
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Hey, come on with me. We'll go find some ladies. You can be my wingman. With you around, I'll look like a real catch. Okay, so it's getting hot. Let's shed the hood. Badass. Shed the hood. Okay, let's step it up a bit. Ooh, whoa, 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 what? Oh, shit! Yeah, beast. I was distracted. Come, fight me. Wait, you are. Yeah, don't worry about me. You take the wolves. I'll take the bears. What did I see? Dragons. Is there somewhere we can ford this river? This is a pretty narrow spot, right? Ugh. Gross. Yes. I've often thought that in Skyrim, dragons and bears worked as teams to surprise their foes. What's he doing? All right. We need to get close enough. Experience has shown us that these dragons will sometimes fly away and won't engage us. We need to try and get close enough that he'll definitely commit. So I'm going to put on the brain bucket just in case. Let's get closer. Something tells me this guy's going to be a fire breather, too. We are particularly vulnerable to the fire breathers. I mean, we may get lucky, but I sort of doubt it. What is this vile place? Who, me? Oh, wait. What kind of view is that? Surprise. Yeah, that was my little ambush. That worked pretty good, actually. I like that. Okay, what is going on with this dragon? Will he come down here? Or? All right, let's stick our neck out a little bit. We can retreat into these trees if it gets too hairy. Boy, I sure would like to have a couple more words and unrelenting force. There, look at him. There he is. Come on. Come out of there. Ugh, I really don't want to fight him unless I know I've got some cover. You gotta be realistic. Come on, you see us now, right? Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, hey. Oh, yeah, fire. Okay, I think we got his attention now. let's see if we can get him to come and fight us in the trees here. That would be ideal. Oh, come on now. Come on. Oh, he's all preoccupied with the mammoths and stuff now, isn't he? Okay, that's okay. Our combat techniques that we've learned so far will allow us to fight a dragon in a situation where we've got at least one tree for cover. Right? Come on, asshat. Let's take a look and see what our options are here. I don't think I'd have to hit him with all that much to sort of, you know, get his attention. With only one word and unrelenting force, I just have a feeling that's not going to do us much good. So we could try Ice Form and see. I don't pretend to think it's going to stop him, but it could make him look our way. Hey, are we on the same side, or what are you thinking there? What are your thoughts? God damn it. Man, he's really picking on that mammoth hard. He must be hungry. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, that was aimed at us, right? Maybe that woke him up a little, huh? Who's the threat? Who's the threat? Getting close. Bastard. Now we got a few. Ooh, wow. We did some good damage on him. He's going to wish he hadn't come down now, huh? Where are you, bastard? He knows who the real threat is here. Come. Die. Beast. Dun, dun, dun. Nice. We got another one. Woo! That's a great way to start off, right? Now he's starting to get a flavor for these beasts, these creatures. I like it. Of course, the challenge is always, you know, without training. Do we have that enchantment? Without the advantage of a ranged weapon, getting them to come down and fight us is always the trick, but that's all right. It's all right. Got the job done with a little help from some giants and mammoths and whatnots. Avatar added. Ooh. Avatar added. Let's see what that is. This is also part of our Imperious races as a Nord. Once we cleared out 10 like ancient Nord ruins or locations or whatever, we get this avatar. Oh, it's a power. Wasn't it a power? Yes. The Spirit of Shore inspires you, regenerating 10% of your total magicka and stamina per second for 30 seconds. Now, it does not say that that is a single-use deal, right? 10% of your magicka and stamina per second. Wow, that is a gift for a swordsman. Certainly. So that's good. All right. I think we can take off. I'm gonna have to hotkey some armor pieces too, just for convenience, I think. Well, we got to go check out his lair. I think by this point we have safely begun to associate dragons with word walls. So I don't think it is unreasonable that he would make a trek up here just to check it out. What'd we get? What's the verdict? Frost breath. Okay. Frost breath. What? We'll take that. It's good. That's a good thing. I guess. I mean, I don't use it much, but... Okay. Now we're hauling around this big, beastly battle axe. Let's use our enchanting supplies. 1 bone meal required. I don't have any bone meal. Are you nuts? I haven't collected any bone meal? That's outrageous. Okay, we'll have to get some. I'm not too worried about it now. Wait. There's skeletons up here? I don't think so. Oh yeah, we better get something to eat. A wedge, an apple. Oh, we got soup left. Some water. There were no skeletons left up here, I don't think. Huge mammoth skeletons, and somehow I can't get bone meal from them. I guess. Sure. Let's go down this way. Okay, now, as usual, I'm all frickin' turned around in here. So I gotta get headed back the right direction. So, if I'm looking, what's the biggest mountain around? That one? That one? Okay, that's north. So from where we are, I'm just like closing my eyes thinking about how the map would look. South. So it's going to be that one there, I'm pretty sure. So let's head off this way. We'll see if I'm right. I think I am. Damn it. Yeah. Do it again. Come on now. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's High Hrothgar right there. That's the right mountain anyway. Throat of the world, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about, right? That big mountain with the guys on the top. That is where we want to go. Are the woofs usually 3? Yes, I think usually they are. Bad news comes in 3s, so to speak. It's possible one got killed already or something like that. I don't know. Ah, damn these rivers. Must ford another river. Rats. Well, there's a bridge down here. Let's see what else is down here. Blue jays. Yeah, I was going to look and see, like, you know, is there some detritus here that we could cross, but we're going to have to swim for it. It's either that or go a mile back up the other way to the nearest bridge. And it is a sunny day, so we'll go for it. It's damn ridiculous, but... Okay. I don't think Khajiit has it in for us right now. So, all right, we're on the path now. Little side trek for a dragon, but it was worth it. We got it. Two Greybeards. Yes, of course. This way. Up we go. This is a long trek for a dude in heavy armor. I hear ya. Starting to rain. Back on with a hood, I guess. I reckon. Probably makes sense. Where is he? I am going to be so loaded up on pelts. We're going to get like 100 levels in smithing. That's what's going to happen. Easily. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. So I think one of the interesting things about this character is that, you know, what are the things that he's going to obsess over at various stages in his career. I think right now he's maybe obsessing a little bit about life after the war. Now what does he got to do, right? I think for a long time he's been thinking about what's the next mission. Now suddenly this war that was a huge part of his life, a huge focal point in everything that he did, is now over. So what does a fella do? Whether he would admit it or not, I think that Sagamore is a man who loves to fight. He just loves to fight. I think that the name of that heavy armor perk is apropos, Born to Fight. That's his thing. And while I think that perhaps he would try to maybe pass himself off as a guy who is sort of a peaceful man at heart, I think really underneath it all, he's a warrior. And I think he would, if he were to stop fighting, that he would feel maybe lost in some ways. I almost think of it with him as though fighting for something is sort of like an addiction in a way, right? Like he's always looking for the cause. He's looking for the underdog. He's looking to do something. If he wasn't fighting Imperials, you know, he'd be fighting dragons. If he wasn't fighting dragons, he'd be fighting vampires. You know, it's just that kind of guy, right? Where he's always looking for that next lost cause. In the absence of a lost cause, he's going to kind of pursue these sort of melancholy quests like, what's the meaning of life? What's the point of life? You know, when the fighting stops, suddenly he's forced to think about why he's not fighting anymore or why he was fighting in the first place, and then he starts to get introspective. The fighting is a distraction from having to think about the bad things he's done, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The technique. That was fun. Well, that troll didn't know it hit him. We got around behind him, and he was like, what? Where'd he go? Where did that huge guy go? He's gone. Note on a Stormcloak. These poor bastards. Let us look at note. Captain, there have been multiple complaints about attacks near the river northwest of the Rift. We could use more civilian support from that area for the war effort, so send a few men to investigate. It's probably just a couple of wolves, so you'll only need to send at most 2 men. Happy hunting. Wrong. 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 Heavy armor. Increase. I like it. Okay. Elk hide. Well, let's take the meat, too. Doesn't smell funny, so it must be okay. Okay, I feel as though there's some interesting things going on in the chat that I'm missing. Librarian turned book hunter. I love that concept. Had to catch up there a second. That's a problem with being the one playing. I feel like I miss out sometimes on some great stuff going on in the chat, but I only get to glance over there every so often, so I don't always see what's happening, but I'm glad you're all here having a good time chatting, sharing information. That's what this is all about. Enhancing our role-playing experiences, and I think we do that through the sharing of ideas, which I think is fabulous. So let's keep doing that.
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Clement?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some
Not
supplies?
safe.
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery. Perhaps passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? About to make a delivery up there myself.
Yeah. What can you tell me? It's not safe?
I've been to the monastery many times, but I've never even laid eyes on one of the Greybeards. Not that I'd care to.
Huh.
Being masters of the Thu'um, they could kill you by uttering a single word.
Right.
Well, not that they would. They seem peaceful, but I wouldn't want to provoke them.
All right. What kind of deliveries do you make?
Mostly food supplies like dried fish and salted meats. You know, things that keep fresh for a long time. The Greybeards tend not to get out much, if you catch my meaning.
Sure. And in return, what do you get?
Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. I mean, it just wouldn't feel right to charge them for a bit of preserved food.
Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be, and climbing the 7,000 steps takes its toll.
Dude, I could do that for you, okay?
Really? Well, that would be kind of you. Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest. Just leave the bag inside, and you're done.
Yeah, what should I watch out for?
Well, there's the occasional wolf pack or stray, but that's all I've ever had to deal with. Shouldn't be a problem for the likes of you. Other than that, watch your footing. In these wintry conditions, the stairs can be treacherous.
Okay.
Be careful up there.
Those bears make Miss Timber so angry.
Well, I understand not charging them for the food. That's fine and all, but dude, you should charge them for the labor. 7,000 stairs? Are you kidding me? That is a long way. Okay. Relax. I'm not gonna read all of those. I just can't do it. Well, let's get a start on the. I've only seen a few wolves, nothing else ever. All right, beast. What are we gonna do here? How about I'll leave you to your little den, and I'll go up this way. No, not gonna do it. Okay, fine. Ooh. Why did you have to force the issue? They always force the issue. What is this? Oh, hey. Is that his den? Did he just come out of there? I bet you he did. All right. Up we go. Well, it's a nice day at the start of the journey anyway. So we'll see how far we make it before it turns into nightmare blizzard conditions. Hey, what's up? Okay. We're going to have a troll here, right? That's usually how this goes. Usually. A troll or something. Oh, no, no, no. Damn. Whoa. He was scrappy. That guy. Ouch. I'm sort of feeling like Klimek was a big fat liar at this point. Either that or he's got some kind of crazy aura. Maybe he's like a druid or something like that, and they just leave him alone. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Ah, you bastard. Come on. Gotcha. He hit us a couple times there. We're still hanging on. Okay. I think we're in okay shape here for a bit. Let's step it up. Man, it is really gorgeous up here today. I feel like usually when I come up here, it just automatically turns gray and dark, but it is gorgeous up here. Now what? He's up there. You stay there, idiot. I'm moving on. All right. I mean, seriously, look at. Some majesty. I don't know if those of you who are playing Legacy, if you're using interesting NPCs, that has not been converted for SE, unfortunately. It really bums me out. I'm hoping that it happens someday. One of my favorites is the Khajiit that hangs out in Iverstad, and he's actually...
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to Hrothgar.
What? A lot more than wolves, lady. You know, and he's actually counted the steps, and he's all conflicted because it's not actually 7,000 steps. He is pretty funny. I'm assuming he's got some adventures associated with him. I've never pursued those, but I've always enjoyed his consternation, you know, about the fact that the steps have been miscounted, which I think is pretty funny stuff. There's some great material in there. Where's Clyde? Isn't Clyde the troll usually milling around here somewhere? Oh, what's he doing over here? All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do. Come on. Come on up into some open ground. Need a good target here. Charging power attack. Back behind. Ah. There we go. The spinning blender of death. We haven't even got to the point yet either where we have any good combo perks. I can't wait till we get some good combo perks. That's what I'm psyched about, because that really encourages a person to work hard. Work hard on hitting those combos right. Combinations of regular strikes and power attacks give you rewards of extra damage and things, which are pretty cool. Helps you work on that whole project of building a fighting style, you know? Huh. Looks like something's supposed to be here, right? Good to know. Good place to get out of the wind if you're stuck on the mountain in bad weather. Until I hit some point in the game where they fill it up with a pile of wolves or a troll or something. Oh, here we go. Now it's getting wicked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you all for attending my very first Patreon live stream tonight. I hope that this is the first in a long series of fun ones that we have. I would say, you know, next week we are going to do another Patreon live stream, but that'll be kind of our Stu Creates series. So, you know, feel free to let me know those things you want to learn. I'm going to start scheduling some stuff. And then... So, yeah, next week is Stu Creates. The week after that is another Stu Plays, and we'll continue with Sagamore. I would say the same applies with Stu Plays as well. If there are topics of conversation that are role-play related, specific to Sagamore's story, or just related to the idea of in-game role-play, decision-making, stuff like that, techniques, whatever, things you want to discuss as part of this adventure. Obviously, as you've seen tonight, we always have our fair share of travel time. So I am completely open to taking some questions like that, and each night we do a live stream, we'll sort of pick a topic and we'll try and cover it as best we can during our travel time. I think that would be a great use of our time and a lot of fun to do while we kind of wander Skyrim going on these adventures. So what I'd like to do is thank you all for attending tonight, and I would like to thank you all very much for your patronage. It is so very much appreciated. You cannot even imagine how big a difference it makes having your support in all this stuff that I'm doing. It's very, very helpful, and it is really what allows me to continue doing this thing. My goal is to give you a sufficient reward for all of your help, and to also entice some others to join you, so we can increase the size of this group, increase the conversation, and all have more and better fun. So thank you for joining me for my first live stream. Let's keep it going, and I will see you next time, everyone. Thank you.